Welcome back to Days. Today we will learn about the shocking developments surrounding Belle Black's explosive breakup with E.J. DiMera and the ripple effects this dramatic split has created throughout Salem's most prominent families. The courtroom betrayal that shattered everything. The August 8th episode of Days of Our Lives delivered a devastating blow to one of Salem's most controversial couples. Belle Black found herself completely blindsided when E.J. DiMera orchestrated what can only be described as the ultimate courtroom betrayal. The seasoned district attorney, who had navigated countless legal battles throughout her career, never anticipated that her own romantic partner would use their intimate relationship as ammunition against her in such a public and humiliating manner. E.J.'s calculated move to expose their secret affair in court wasn't just a legal strategy. It was a deeply personal violation of trust that left Belle feeling utterly used and manipulated. The judge, displaying remarkable judicial insight, saw through E.J.'s theatrical performance and refused to grant the mistrial based on his personal relationship with Belle. This rejection only amplified the embarrassment Belle felt, as it became clear that E.J.'s scheme had not only failed legally but had also destroyed their relationship in the process. The timing of this betrayal made it particularly devastating for Belle. Just hours before the courtroom drama unfolded, she and E.J. had shared an intensely passionate encounter at the Salem Inn. What should have been an intimate moment between lovers became, in retrospect, evidence of how E.J. had manipulated her vulnerability. Belle couldn't escape the feeling that their romantic rendezvous had been nothing more than a calculated setup, with E.J. using their physical connection to gather ammunition for his courtroom strategy. Johnny DiMera's testimony, the final straw. The most shocking element of E.J.'s courtroom strategy involved his own son, Johnny DiMera. E.J. callously orchestrated Johnny's testimony to reveal the truth about his relationship with Belle, forcing his son to become an unwitting participant in the destruction of Belle's professional reputation. This move demonstrated the lengths to which E.J. was willing to go to protect Johnny from potential conviction, even if it meant sacrificing Belle's career and personal dignity in the process. Belle watched in horror as Johnny, clearly uncomfortable with the situation, was compelled to expose their secret relationship to the entire courtroom. The young man's obvious distress at being forced to betray his aunt's trust only added another layer of betrayal to an already devastating situation. Belle realized that E.J. had not only used her personally but had also manipulated his own son, turning Johnny into an instrument of destruction against someone who cared deeply about his welfare. The revelation in court wasn't just about their romantic involvement, it exposed Belle to potential charges of professional misconduct and conflict of interest. As the district attorney prosecuting Johnny's case while simultaneously involved with his defense attorney father, Belle's position became legally and ethically untenable. E.J.'s strategy effectively weaponized their love affair, turning what Belle had believed to be genuine affection into a tool of professional destruction. Belle's explosive declaration, "E.J. is dead to me," in a moment of raw emotional devastation, Belle made a declaration that echoed throughout the Salem Inn and beyond: E.J. DiMera was dead to her. This wasn't merely a breakup, it was a complete severing of all emotional ties, a declaration of war against someone who had betrayed her trust in the most fundamental way possible. Belle's words carried the weight of finality, suggesting that unlike previous romantic setbacks in her complicated love life, this betrayal had crossed a line from which there could be no return. The intensity of Belle's reaction surprised even longtime Days of Our Lives viewers who had witnessed her navigate numerous relationship challenges over the years. Her declaration went beyond typical romantic disappointment, reflecting a deep sense of personal violation that E.J.'s actions had created. Belle realized that she had been living in a fantasy, believing that E.J. was capable of genuine love and respect when his actions proved he viewed her as nothing more than a strategic asset to be deployed when convenient. Belle's immediate decision to end their relationship on the spot demonstrated her unwillingness to tolerate such fundamental disrespect. Unlike many Salem residents who often forgive and reconcile after betrayals, Belle's response suggested a level of self-respect and professional dignity that wouldn't allow her to continue a relationship with someone who had proven himself capable of such calculated cruelty. Marlena's vindication, a mother's protective instincts proven right. Dr. Marlena Evans, Belle's beloved mother and Salem's most respected psychiatrist, couldn't hide her relief and satisfaction at Belle's decision to end her relationship with EJ. Marlena had spent countless hours trying to warn Belle about EJ's dangerous nature, using her professional expertise and maternal instincts to identify the red flags that Belle had chosen to ignore. The courtroom betrayal served as vindication for every concern Marlena had expressed about EJ's character and his potential to hurt her daughter. Marlena's reaction wasn't characterized by, "I told you so," smugness, but rather by genuine relief that Belle had finally seen EJ's true nature. As someone who had witnessed EJ's destructive behavior toward multiple members of her family over the years, Marlena understood better than most the pattern of manipulation and betrayal that defined EJ's relationships. She had watched EJ hurt Sammy Brady, Eric Brady, and numerous other Salem residents, always hoping that Belle would recognize these warning signs before becoming another victim. The veteran psychiatrist's joy at Belle's decision reflected not just personal relief but professional validation of her ability to assess character and predict behavioral patterns. Marlena had correctly identified EJ as someone incapable of genuine love and commitment, someone whose selfish nature would ultimately surface and destroy any meaningful relationship. Belle's painful experience served as confirmation of her mother's psychological insights and protective instincts. Shaun Brady's celebration. An ex-husband's justified relief. Shaun Brady, Belle's ex-husband and the father of their daughter Claire, organized an impromptu celebration upon learning of Belle's breakup with EJ. His reaction might have seemed excessive to outside observers, but those familiar with Salem's intricate family dynamics understood the depth of Shaun's concerns about EJ's influence on Belle and, by extension, their shared family connections. Shaun's celebration reflected not jealousy but genuine concern for Belle's well-being and their daughter's emotional stability. As a police officer, Shaun had professional knowledge of EJ's criminal history and the danger he represented to anyone in his orbit. Despite their divorce status, Shaun maintained deep affection and protective feelings toward Belle, making EJ's manipulation of her particularly painful for him to witness. The party Shaun organized became a gathering point for everyone who cared about Belle and had been concerned about her relationship with EJ. Friends and family members who had watched Belle compromise her values and professional standards for EJ's sake finally had reason to celebrate her return to emotional and professional sanity. Shaun's joy reflected the relief felt by everyone who had watched Belle navigate the treacherous waters of a relationship with one of Salem's most notorious manipulators. Brady Black's supportive response, family unity against EJ. Brady Black, Belle's half-brother and another member of Salem's complicated black family tree, expressed unmistakable happiness at news of Belle's decision to end her relationship with EJ. Brady's positive reaction stemmed from his own extensive history with the DiMera family and his understanding of their capacity for destruction and manipulation. Having witnessed firsthand how DiMera family members operated, Brady had harbored serious concerns about Belle's involvement with EJ from the beginning. Brady's support for Belle's decision reflected the broader black family consensus that EJ represented a dangerous influence on their beloved family member. Unlike some family interventions that create division and resentment, Belle's breakup with EJ united her relatives in relief and support. Brady's happiness demonstrated how EJ's behavior had not only damaged his relationship with Belle but had also alienated himself from her entire support network. The unanimous family support Belle received following her breakup served as a stark contrast to the isolation she had experienced while dating EJ. Her relatives had watched helplessly as she gradually distanced herself from family gatherings and events, prioritizing her relationship with EJ over longtime family connections. Brady's enthusiastic support represented the family's collective joy at welcoming Belle back into their inner circle without the toxic influence of EJ's manipulative presence. The professional aftermath. Belle's career in jeopardy. Beyond the personal devastation of EJ's betrayal, Belle faced serious professional consequences that could potentially end her career as Salem's district attorney. EJ's courtroom revelation about their relationship exposed her to charges of professional misconduct, conflict of interest, and potential disbarment proceedings. The legal profession's ethical standards regarding attorney conduct in cases involving personal relationships meant that Belle's career could be permanently damaged by EJ's calculated disclosure. The irony of Belle's situation wasn't lost on Salem's legal community. A respected prosecutor had been professionally destroyed by the very person she had trusted with her heart and body. EJ's willingness to sacrifice Belle's career for his son's defense demonstrated a level of selfishness that shocked even those familiar with his ruthless reputation. Belle's professional reputation, built over years of dedicated service and ethical conduct, had been compromised in a matter of minutes by someone who claimed to love her. The potential consequences Belle faced extended beyond mere embarrassment or temporary professional setbacks. Disbarment proceedings could end her legal career permanently, forcing her to rebuild her professional life from scratch. EJ's betrayal had not only cost Belle her romantic relationship but had also threatened the career that defined her identity and provided her financial independence. Salem's reaction, community support for Belle's decision throughout Salem. Residents who had witnessed Belle's relationship with EJ expressed overwhelming support for her decision to end their involvement. The community's reaction reflected a collective understanding of EJ's character and relief that Belle had finally recognized his true nature. From the Brady pub to the hospital corridors, Salem residents shared stories of their own negative experiences with EJ and expressed hope that Belle's painful lesson would prevent other women from falling victim to his manipulative charm. The widespread community support Belle received demonstrated how her relationship with EJ had been viewed with concern and skepticism by those who cared about her well-being. Salem residents had watched Belle compromise her values and professional standards for someone who clearly didn't deserve her loyalty or affection. Her breakup with EJ was seen as a return to the strong, independent woman they had always admired and respected. Local business owners, hospital staff, and longtime Salem families all expressed variations of the same sentiment: Belle deserved much better than EJ DiMera. The community's unified response provided Belle with a support network that would prove crucial as she navigated the professional and personal challenges resulting from EJ's betrayal. Looking forward. Belle's path to recovery and redemption. As Belle begins the process of rebuilding her life following EJ's devastating betrayal, she faces the challenge of restoring both her professional reputation and personal confidence. The experience has provided her with valuable insights into her own vulnerability to manipulation and the importance of trusting her family's protective instincts. Belle's journey forward will require confronting the professional consequences of her relationship with EJ while simultaneously working to rebuild the personal relationships she may have neglected during their involvement. The unanimous support Belle has received from her family and the Salem community provides a strong foundation for her recovery process. Unlike previous romantic disappointments that left her isolated and questioning her judgment, this experience has surrounded her with people who understand her worth and are committed to helping her rebuild. Belle's strength and resilience, demonstrated throughout her legal career, will serve her well as she navigates this challenging period of personal and professional reconstruction. With EJ officially dead to her, Belle can finally move forward without the toxic influence that had been undermining her happiness and success. The painful lesson she learned about trusting the wrong person will ultimately make her stronger and more discerning in future relationships, while her family's unwavering support will help her remember her true worth and potential for happiness with someone who actually deserves her love.